Come on, man.
What do you think about that little sweet thing right there? That's a sweet little old ride right there, a little scooter pooter. I don't know nothing about it. It's got we're gonna do a little service to it and correct a few little things that we see wrong. They had a little accident on their scooter and we're missing a tail light. I'm sorry, it's a moped. We're gonna have to try and come up with a tail light assembly. Clean little old unit, don't look very old. What kind of time it got on it? 1,788 miles on it. Brake assembly's broken. You're not supposed to pull that way, you're supposed to just pull this way. Man, if I gotta get the whole thing, what the devil? Maybe I can just get this piece. Let me dig into this thing and see if I can come up with some information, get me some parts. I need a tail light, I need a brake lever, and where you drain the oil out at. Man, let's investigate where the doggone oil change at on it. Then we'll fire it up, warm it up, let's get that changed. Oil change on there. Where the gases come out. And la. That's where it goes in. I do believe that's my oil fill. It's right here. Right there. That little oil change. We'll pull that off. Let's warm this engine up. We got a key on. Gotta get that, probably gotta get that brake pulled. Some manner. Oh. What do you say I find the battery and put a little juice on it? That battery was a bit weak, but man, I got down there and give it a good kick off its little kick pedal. She bust right off. And she's running sweet. So I'm gonna let it warm up a little bit, charge that battery at the same time. And then we'll get over here and get that oil changed out down there. Yes, sir. That motor warm up, that thing cranks easy with that kicker over there. I'm gonna tell you what, that's probably why they put that on there. I hope it charges this battery up. I'm gonna get my oil pan up under here and get my wrench and get this taken off. Hopefully I can break that thing loose. Oh yeah. Get that oil drained out. There was something I wanted to show y'all on that drain plug. If you notice there was a spring. When I got to digging around back up in there, spring ought to equate to something else. That's also a filter. It ain't much of a filter. Check this out. A little screen, spring. We'll clean that up. That ain't doing a whole lot, but it's going back in there. Oil's done draining. It was way past an oil change. That's nearly about as good a view as I'm ever gonna get you. This is where that plug came out. And we're gonna get that filter back in there. See if I can show it. Filter, spring, goes together like so. And then the cap. And it's all gonna go up in this hole. Now watch. Yeah. It ain't too hard. Hold a little tension on it. Thread it with your fingers. I finally got my brake handle in, and I ordered the part. It came with everything. Now I'm looking at it. I kind of wish I'd have looked to try and just source the handle. Come, let me show you. This is the part that I ordered in. Controls, got your horn, turn signals, and all that, and your lights. But it also came with the right hand side also. I don't need all that. Be honest with you, I don't need none of this. All I need is this handle. They broke it. It's broke. It's wiggly. It ain't supposed to move this way. It's just supposed to move this way. And it's there. Now you can see it's broken. But I can see that screw, and there's a nut on the bottom, and I believe I can replace that without taking all of this faceplate cover off, because I know once I take that loose, I got all these wires to contend with then. So look, I ain't cheaping out on it, but I think that all of these functions are working. I'm just gonna swap this handle out. All we got left is get a screw in it. Oh, this ain't as hard as I thought it was gonna be. So the question is, did I cheat? Or did I fix it? Hey, it's just a little old scooter project. Y'all let me know what your thoughts on that are. Would you go through the trouble of trying to pull all that housing down and replace this and chase all these wires down when everything else was working? We just had a broken handle. That handle ain't broke no more. Sweet. Here's where I'm at. I got the oil freshened up in this rig. I got the brake handle replaced. And now we're gonna figure out how to get in here and replace this here tail light. I'm not real sure what the steps are to get in here to change this light assembly out. So I'm just gonna start taking stuff off until such point I feel I can install this. Start looking at pulling some of these panels loose on the all. I don't want to take all of this apart. All right, so I don't know about y'all, but when it comes to these little scooters here, they, man, I getting all them. Hold on. All right, there's so many panels and so many little screws. I don't want to get to, I don't do these all the time. I don't want to be taking everything off of this thing, just put tail light on it. So I'm gonna dig into it a little bit at a time. That was giving me a hard time out first. Am I gonna have to pull this seat off to gain access here? And I'm not sure, but I may have to access something in here. So we'll go ahead and leave that seat up. Let me get a screwdriver. All right, I don't have it completely off yet. I got to get that off, but I have gained some ground on it. This panel that goes across, if I got it backwards, heck yeah. The panel that goes across here kind of had everything tied in. I kind of had to give it a bit of a bow to get it to turn loose. It's got these little capture points, little hooks, little plastic, all molded in. Don't want to break that stuff. So we're getting there. We get these screws right here on both sides off, and gee whiz. Let me tell you. Hey, let me tell you now, this ain't a how-to. It's a what I went through. This should have been simple. This should have been 4 screws and put a tail light in, not dismantle the whole doggone scooter. Now, doggone, that's it. Unbelievable. A little access point to get to this. Sure would have made things. I'd re-engineer this thing. It ain't mine, but I'd re-engineer this. What's holding it now? That's it. Now the doggone gas cap. I hope I got a key to that gas cap. Please let me have the key. Oh, you got to be joking me. Oh, look at this business, son. Look at that. Doggone. Let's put this back on. All that to get to these 2 bolts up here. Now that ain't something. So far I ain't needed nothing but a 10 millimeter, and I ain't big on giving y'all a bunch of sizes on things, but a Phillips head screwdriver in a 10 millimeter socket, and a whole lot of dirty words, because doggone, I'm gonna tell y'all missed a lot of this, me trying to figure out how them panels come off there, and it was definitely not G-rated at that moment in time. I don't know if I actually said it out loud, but I certainly was thinking them words. Now, let's see if this whole doggone scooter bike falls apart now. Come here to me. Well, all down to one nice little old socket here. Ta-da! Well, I got a brake light. Check and turn signal. Hey, I got a left. I got a right. Now, you tell me, how many of y'all thought I was gonna boat this rascal up and not see if that light worked? There was one of y'all, I know who you are. Nate. Let's take a minute here and let's look at, doggone, this is a whole lot of work to replace a doggone tail light. I got parts strewn all over the shop simply to replace a tail light assembly. All this disassembly all the way up to this point of this scooter. Pulling panels off of it. Panels in the floor over here. I got seat laying in the floor. Fasteners galore. I got doggone panels laying on this old mower. In my opinion, and we all got one, that's too much to pull off to replace a doggone tail light. Look, I'm gonna put this back together. I ain't gonna show you how. This ain't a how-to, it's a what I did. So let's get this behind me and be done with scooters. If we ain't riding them, we ain't working on them. All right, a quick note on your old taillight assembly. Yeah, drop me a comment. What is that called? Anyway, once you've got these removed from your old taillight, you want to be real careful installing it on here because, man, all this stuff is plastic. Live action. We're gonna break it? No, we ain't gonna break it, but you know what we are gonna do? Oh, we've put it on backwards. Let me flip it over. This is where I'll break it now. Put it on backwards. All right, hey, there's a good pointer for you guys. When installing this clip, don't put it on backwards. And don't break that doggone tab. Ta-da! There's a couple thoughts here. Never mind that fan. This is not, if this is your hobby, I don't see where you're getting any enjoyment out of these type repairs or tinkerings. I'm gonna cut the camera off. I'm gonna get back to tinkering and not saying bad words. It is an interesting puzzle. Components must go on in a certain order, but some of the order that's demanded to get these panels back on here, kind of bass happens. Wish me luck on buttoning this thing the rest of the way up. It's kind of pretty out there, and I'm feeling like a ride. Well, but anyway. I'm down.